Dun dun dun. Welcome to Drink Coffee and Talk Planes. I don't know what the thing. My name is Richard. Today we are going to be talking about the Jaguar, one of the great Anglo-French combat aircraft of all time. Please like and subscribe to this channel, and now let's get into it. The Jaguar is an Anglo-French supersonic aircraft for strike and interdiction roles. The most distinctive feature of this aircraft, the thing I really remember it for myself, was the overwing pylons for missile cartage. Just, so distinctive, and such a fantastic little aircraft, like really tidy, sort of conventional layout. Yeah, great little plane. Renowned for its excellence at low-level flying and superb reliability, also backed up with incredible ease of maintenance, especially when aircraft, of course, over time become more and more complicated and more difficult to maintain. It made its debut in April 1968 in Paris. Powered by two Rolls-Royce or Turbomeca Ardor Mark 102 engines, this plane has plenty of power, pumping out just over 3,000 kilos of thrust per engine. It was a joint development between the UK and France. The UK has the B trainer version and the S strike version, and France had the two-seat E model and the single-seat A tactical support model. For export, it had, I think it was called Jaguar International, off the top of my head. I didn't write that down. Pretty certain it was Jaguar International. Did the export, which was Ecuador, Nigeria, Oman, purchased the export version, and HAL in India manufactured the Jaguar under license. And there was also development. I think they got quite a way through it. I should have probably checked that before I started recording. Anyway, an EM or maritime version, which the French were looking at, but they picked the Intendard or Superintendard. It would have been the Superintendard then. Instead, as the primary aircraft there, so no joint UK/French naval aviation version. Right. Based on the GR Mark 1A, we had a maximum speed of about 1,500 kilometres an hour at 11,000 metres and a service ceiling of about 15,000 metres. All of the models could deploy the Magic air-to-air missile with the overwing pylons, but I think I should really make more notes when I do these things. The English version could deploy the Sidewinder as well, and perhaps some of the other export countries, perhaps. The GR1 or Jaguar S had a ferry range of about 3,500 kilometres and a combat radius of about 1,400 kilometres with drop tanks. With a maximum speed of Mach 1.1 at sea level, this was an incredible aircraft for low-level flying, low-level weapons deployment in adverse conditions, flying below the radar. Great plane, and you think that ease of maintenance, that quick turnaround, all massive advantages in combat. It saw deployment in the Gulf War back in 1991. I remember seeing some of that footage on TV as it was happening back in the day. I, myself, yes, this is a personal note on this one, was super keen. We had the Skyhawks here in New Zealand, A4Ks we had after Project Kahu, and they upgraded them and removed the dorsal humps and put in the more F-16 style avionics. I was super keen that we would have actually invested in the Jaguar as us moving to a true supersonic aircraft, because maritime strike, I believe, was in development and, perfect with, the range with the drop tanks, supersonic capable, and the large area, being islands, large amount of water around us, would have been a perfect aircraft, I believe, personally, I mean, I'm not a military purchase officer for the New Zealand military to protect our waters. So anyway, didn't happen, and probably wasn't even on the radar, to be honest. I think we were looking at F-16s at one point. From its first flight in 1968, 573 Jaguars were manufactured. All of the UK in 2007 and all of the French in 2005 units were retired. India, however, still operate this amazing, reliable and cost-effective aircraft. A great big shout out to the wonderful plane that is the Jaguar. I just love it. The design is fantastic. It is a wonderful plane. So anyway, thank you very, very much for this very brief overview of one of history's great aircraft. Hope you enjoyed it. Short and to the point, I guess. Have a wonderful day, evening, weekend, wherever you are and whatever's going on. Thank you very much for your time.